Yo, how you going? It's Lady Shan, nonetheless. Yo, welcome to Come Box with Shan. Guys, you know me. I think it's a bit of my brand that I'm slightly late sometimes now. I think it's become a part of the brand. Sorry. It's baking. Quite hot. It's warming up here. Spring's coming on quite nicely. Vanity sets in. I'm still trying to make sure that I look presentable, even though it's live. So you can see me trying to make myself presentable for you guys. You know me. But right. So it's the Wagwan, tell him. Wagwan, Ronald. Wagwan, ¿cómo estás? Merly Dixon, todo bien. Thanks for all coming. It's Lady Shan, yeah, it is indeed me. It is, unless it's a clone. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just doing predictions. Whyte Povetkin predictions. I'm going to start off with my prediction first and foremost. I think those that was on Pep Talk UK yesterday, you may have saw my see, I know he's waiting, Nick Harmer, my cariño, tú sabes. Come on. And if you saw it, you would have probably seen my prediction. So make sure I ain't got lippy on my teeth. So basically, right, where shall we get down? So he gets tucked in, Dill gets tucked in round 5 after flooring Povetkin twice in round 4. Now, all this lucky punch business, we know it ain't a lucky punch. We know that was Povetkin's go-to move. And as I've watched more interviews, he said he was actually practicing that in camp and with his sparring partners and with his sparring partners. So and the move worked each and every time. Got them sparring partners out of there. So my prediction is that basically on the strengths of, I've given it a 60-40 chance to Dillian Whyte because I'm trying to figure out if Povetkin, is he going to do that move, the same move? I would personally go for the same move myself because, you know, as we keep saying, and I'm sure Dillian Whyte's bored of hearing every commentator say that the uppercut is his kryptonite. But I'm sorry, Dill, it is. So we can't lie, can we? It is your kryptonite. So I'm thinking, I don't think Dillian's gonna storm in there because that would be silly. But I don't think he wants it to go to the distance. So I'm predicting a round 5 knockout by Dillian. Sorry guys, I've got a cold as well. Shani's breaking down, mate. Breaking down. So yeah, I'm predicting a round 5 knockout by Dillian. Yeah, there's possibilities that it could go a bit further because you got to throw caution to the wind. And I think that maybe that may make Dillian a bit tentative about, you know, just rushing in there. So that's why I'm just giving it a prediction of, I still don't think it's, those that say it's going to points, I'm quite mind blown to that. But you never know. It could be a points thing. But let's see. So what I'm going to do is, enough about me, because you lot always hear my big mouth. We are going to bring in our guest from overseas, first and foremost. Our brother from another. One of my favorite new people. Cayden from the Boxing Road. Yay! Kay.
Hey.
Thanks for joining me, Kay. What's going down? Thanks for joining. Quite short notice. I'm like, Kay, can you come through? And you did. Massively appreciated. Massively.
No doubt. But before we start, as always, I got to give a shout out to the team. I am 1/4 of the Boxing Bros. Shout out to my brother Trill Dollar Bill, Conspira G, and Ned the TBE, also known as General Gal's Chicken. All right.
Oh yeah, he's the general now.
He's a general now.
Yeah, he's the general. He's upgraded. Go on, Ned. Go on. Soon I'm going to see. Hopefully, we get Ned on the show and also Conspira G on the show. I'd be so gassed if they would join me like that.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine Ned on the show or my show?
I don't even listen. I can't imagine Ned on our show sometimes, but Ned, that's the guy. That's the man. So.
We're gonna have an amazing time. I can't wait. Ned, I got you. TBE, baby. I got ya. I got ya. Oh yeah, I was just having this conversation with Cayden about you guys with pronunciation with Eastern European and European names. Do you think it's because you're not used to not you specifically, but in general, because anywhere in America I've noticed that they find it that you guys just pronounce like we pronounce, you like say Demetrius Andrade, right? We say Demetrius Andrade.
You say Andrade.
Yeah, because it's actually pronounced Andrade. Not because I think what is it, Italian? Demetrius
He's
Andrade.
Cape Verdean.
Cape Verdean. Yeah, which they do have a derivative of it. Yeah, so I don't know why we pronounce it Andrade, but it's and then I hear everybody else say Andrade, and sometimes I'm thinking, oh, is everybody else talking about different boxes? And then when I asked you the other day, what was the other one?
Better Beef.
Better Beef. Better Beef. I was like, who is Better Beef? Like CHANN, I can't even Google because I don't know how to spell Better Beef. Is it B-E? And then I realized better Biev. Oh no, sorry, I'm now pronouncing it wrong. Beterbiev. Sorry,
it's contagious. See, mispronunciation is contagious.
My American bag. No, that's because I'm surrounded by you guys all the time. Beterbiev, we pronounce it as. That's what it is. Like, oh, it's crazy. But yeah, I was just wondering. It's quite funny to hear the different pronunciations that everybody says. But I end up sometimes saying a lot of the boxers, like here they say, like for instance, Miguel Cotto, but I say Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto. Oh. Yeah, but it's Cotto for us, really. But they're like, CHANN, you're pronouncing it the American way, and that's because I'm familiar hearing it that pronounced that way more than him being spoken about in the UK as much as if you understand. So yeah, see, I'm not only on an American time clock, but I'm also becoming bi-accented.
Yeah, it's just the way it is. I've noticed it. Like when I watch, for example, Top Boy is a show like based in the UK that I like, and I hear the way they pronounce certain things, not even just names, but certain things and the difference in how we say them. Even certain spellings, for example, like we spell certain words differently. So
yeah, like color.
Favorite, for example, I think we spell it differently. So
definitely color.
Yeah, color, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys check out the UK.
It's just, I think, like you said, where you're from kind of impacts the way you pronounce the name.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Yeah. What is it? Colonialism. It's not our fault. That's what happens. Right. Anyway, so let's dive in. Where are we going? Let's hear where you predicting. Give us, the long, the short, the medium. We here.
All right, so I'm not very confident in my pick. And I heard you go 60-40 Dillian, so it sounds like you're not very confident in your pick. I guess I'll start off by saying this. When I watched the fight, and I've watched the fight several times, my thoughts during the first 4 rounds were that Povetkin's slowing down. He doesn't look like the Povetkin that I saw even fight Michael Hunter, the fight before. He definitely wasn't the same Povetkin that fought Anthony Joshua. So until he landed the uppercut, he was looking like an aging fighter, and Dillian Whyte was on the verge of taking him out. What I did notice was that he does a lot of feints. He does a lot of feints to get his punches off and to set up his offense. And if you look at, say, like basketball, I'm not sure how familiar you are with the sport of basketball or how big it is in the UK, but if you're a shorter guy playing against someone who's taller, right? So, like in my case, sometimes someone guarding me is like 6'6", 6'8". They're taller than me.
6'4".
Yeah, they're taller than me. So I have to figure out ways to get my shot off and get off a good shot. So I'll add a fake. I'll stop real quick and fake.
Yeah.
And they'll react to my fake. And after they react to my fake, they give me a lane to get my shot off. Povetkin does that a lot to get his offense off. If you see in the sequence before he knocked out Dillian Whyte, he threw 2 punches. He threw a right hook and Dillian Whyte reacted. Then he threw a jab that he really wasn't trying to land to see how Dillian will react. And then when he knocked Dillian out, he threw a throwaway jab. Dillian reacted, and in the midst, Dillian overreacted to it. Then Dillian threw a lazy right hand, and that's when he got clipped. So one thing from Dillian is he can't overreact to the feints. He has to be disciplined, sort of like I said. So like me playing against someone taller, I'm giving them all types of feints, and I'm looking to see what they do with it. Because if they make a mistake, I'm going to get my shot off. And so that's what Alexander Povetkin is doing. He's throwing these feints out there to see how Dillian reacts to it. And if Dillian gets himself in a bad situation, Povetkin's going to take advantage like he did with the uppercut. Another reason why I'm going to pick Dillian Whyte. I picked Dillian before, but after seeing the weigh-in, I'm more confident in my pick with Dillian Whyte. It's because Dillian Whyte came in at 247. You said, he looked good, like since the best he's looked in a while. And he's 5 pounds lighter than he was the first fight. And Povetkin came in 4 pounds heavier. So I believe he was 224 the first fight. Now he's 228. And it doesn't look like good weight when I saw him.
He looks soft.
Yeah, his midsection was more ripped the first fight.
Yeah, the first fight he was ripped. This time, I was shocked.
So that leads me to believe that we're going to see a more explosive. We're going to see a more agile Dillian Whyte. And so to me, he has more. There's a higher probability that he'll improve on the first performance, and the likelihood of Povetkin improving on what he did the first time isn't as great because of the way he looked in the ring. Now, of course, this all hinges upon Dillian not overreacting to two things. If someone can get this to Dillian, I'd change my pick to 90% sure he can win. One, don't overreact to feints. Let him throw the punch. Let him throw it and react to the punch, but don't overreact to feints. Let him release the punch. Don't overreact to feints. And 2, don't throw lazy punches, because everyone says like you got set up, but it wasn't just that you got set up. You threw that lazy right hand after you got set up, and you created a massive target. If you could, if he although he overreacted to the feint, if he would have kept his hands together, he would have created a tougher target. Povetkin. But he threw that lazy right hand, and then it was open season. Povetkin would have had to be terrible to miss.
Left uppercut. Right through.
So, 2 things, Dillian. Don't overreact to feints and don't throw lazy punches, and you should win the fight. That's my take on it. Dillian Whyte, but if he not overreacting is tough. It's tough. It's easy for me to say from this chair. Well, Povetkin's not across from me, and I'm not going to be the one feeling that uppercut, right? So can he be disciplined enough to not overreact to the feints?
But can he? Is there a way that he can avoid? Because the only way to avoid getting that uppercut is to keep Povetkin off of the inside and keep him at the end of a jab. But if you're going to fight Povetkin like that, it's more than likely going to go to what, maybe to points. We want knockouts, but any win's a win, man. What would you say the tactical maneuver is?
No, I don't think he needs to do that. I don't think he needs to do that because he was okay in the first fight. He dropped him twice in the 4th round, and he was on the verge of taking Povetkin out. Then there was that sequence in the 5th round in which he was overreacting to the feints, and then he got clipped. I think in his mind he was switched on the first 4 rounds, and then he got too comfortable, and I think he tried to play like the counter game, and he tried to do too much. I think if he doesn't overreact to feints and he doesn't throw lazy punches, because he was throwing a lot of lazy punches in that fight. Like, don't throw lazy punches and don't overreact to feints. I think he has a good chance of winning. You couple that with the fact that he's in better shape than he was, at least on the scale, he appears to be in better shape. And I believe he's in better shape because you look at the shape he was in Saudi Arabia was the worst shape I've ever seen him in.
And he still won.
Yeah, it takes a while to get back into the groove. So I think he's going to be in better shape. I think he's going to be more explosive. How he fights this fight, though, will tell us a lot, because he has called Joshua timid since being knocked out by Ruiz. Now he finds himself in a similar situation where he's immediately going into a fight with a guy that just knocked him out. So let's see if he's going to be cautious. Let's see if he's going to go in there to try to knock him out with maximum violence. But in the end, I think the key is not to overreact to feints. If anything, take the punch you can see and don't give up the punch you can't see. Because the punch you can't see is going to be the one that knocks you out.
And one other question, Kay. If he loses this, what happens? Is it poor Dillian?
Oh, God. You know,
are we going to have to get Trill Dollar Bill in to say poor Dillian?
Well, people give Trill Dollar Bill a lot of slack for the poor Dillian. Now,
I get it. I don't.
Not you, but people in the comment section, as you know, the comment section is where a lot of people lurk. It started off as just like we felt bad for Dillian because it's like, yo, this dude's not getting his shot. They tell him to fight this guy, he fights that guy. They tell him to jump out the window, then they'll give him the shot. He jumps out the window, and then they say, okay, now jump over this cow. It's like they keep creating obstacles for him to go through before he gets the shot. So that's why Trill was like, poor Dillian, he's never going to get the shot. So that's when poor Dillian came in. And then when he finally won, like, he's filed a lawsuit. Mauricio conceded. Okay, he's next. He's getting his title shot. Everything was set up for Dillian. The path was laid. He got knocked out by a one-punch uppercut. So that's where poor Dillian comes from.
Yeah.
Now, if Dillian loses this fight, there's two stories that there are two possible outcomes. One, Dillian loses this fight. And then he's going to be similar to Deontay Wilder, where he took a fight he didn't need to take because he thought he was going to win, and then that man erased him. Because Povetkin would have essentially erased Dillian Whyte and taken over his mandatory shot, and now Povetkin's going to be the one fighting or mandatory for WBC. So he would have done to Dillian Whyte what Tyson Fury did to Deontay Wilder, which would just be it would really be poor Dillian if he lost the fight. Because it's like you got to start from the bottom again, and you've been putting the WBC up on a pedestal for this long time, and you didn't even lose to Wilder. You didn't even lose to Joshua in a rematch for titles. You lost to Povetkin, old Povetkin. But if Dillian Whyte wins, right, what this does is it shows his resilience. It shows that he loves boxing. It shows that he's a fighter, and he's been a fighter his entire career. He bounced back from being knocked out by Joshua to put himself in position. If he does it again, it will be a remarkable comeback in an immediate rematch. Now, this won't be for the heavyweight championship, obviously, but only 4 other men have won the heavyweight championship back in an immediate rematch. And that's Floyd Patterson, Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, and Anthony Joshua. So now you're talking about him coming back. It's because it's difficult to do what he's trying to do.
Yeah,
because, there's psychological damage that comes with it. If he's able to pull this off, to me, it's a testament to how much he loves boxing. It's a testament to how badly he wants to become champion. It's a testament to Dillian Whyte, and I will salute him. And I'll be one.
But what if he doesn't? What?
Poor Dillian.
It's just poor.
Back to the back of the bus. If he doesn't win, get to the. He needs. If he doesn't win.
Back.
And if he gets knocked out again, I'm pretty sure Deontay Wilder will give him a call.
Poor Wilder and poor Dillian. together.
No, trust me. If he gets knocked out again, it's not going to be poor Wilder. I'll tell you that. Wilder give him a call for sure. If he gets knocked out again.
If we ever see him again, anyway. Okay, so that is your prediction.
Dillian stoppage by the 6th round. Within
By the
6
sixth
rounds,
round.
Dillian Whyte.
6 rounds stoppage.
Yes.
Wow, man, I'm gonna be like that, biting my fingernails. Okay, you said it. Let's see. Are you gonna score it as well on Fight Score?
Of course, I'm gonna score it on Fight Score.
Yeah, I'll score it as well, and then we'll compare rounds afterwards and stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cayden, salute. Thanks for coming, Kay.
No problem.
Massively appreciated.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. See you later. Peace. And next, okay, so all right, you heard our good bro Cayden there, giving us the knowledge. And if you haven't subscribed to the Boxing Bros, you need to subscribe to the Boxing Bros. And yeah, get. I don't know what you're waiting for if you haven't thus far. Let me just see before I bring in the next guest. I just wanted to see if there's anything that you guys had to say. Yep, it is his kryptonite, definitely. Povetkin looked poor. Nick, he looked poor at the weigh-in, pudgy and out of shape. Dillian is a good weight. I know. Yep, nice prediction. Sammy Ali, big up. It was a good prediction, right? So round six stoppage. All right. So now we are going to bring in our next victim. It is from Evolve Elite Gyms, our honorable coach, Andy. What's up, Ants?
How you doing, Lady CHANN? You good?
Yeah, I know. I'm here. Thanks
Good.
for joining me, Ants. Massively appreciated.
No worries at all.
It's been a minute, hasn't it?
Yeah. Just life's been really busy at the moment. Really busy.
Everyone plodding on, innit? I know.
Yeah, we're all getting ready for the big opening in April. Get the gyms open, get the people back in.
Gyms open. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to. A bit of gym though.
That's it. Get the amateurs back in. Yeah, hopefully give them all a bit of hope.
Yeah, definitely. April 12th, that is here.
Yeah.
In the UK, guys. But yeah, we're all on lockdown thus far. So where we at now? Where we at, Ants? Where we at?
Right, with Dylan. For me, I think the last fight, obviously Dylan got caught. It was a bad knockdown. I've watched the fight a numerous amount of times, and I think he has said in interviews now that he was looking for that uppercut. He was faking to the body quite a bit, and that particular time, he threw a feint. He threw the uppercut. He wasn't expecting it. His defenses were down. He got caught with a very, very clean shot by a very, very top ranking. Povetkin's been around a long time. He's a top class fighter. Regardless of age, he's going to be dangerous always. But I think for me, Dylan, that was his wake up call. Dylan Whyte has been through the mill. He's come through the hard way. And I think, personally, this ain't going to go further than 3 rounds. I think Dylan's going to go old school. He's going to come. He's come lean and mean. And I think he's going to go back to the way he used to fight. He's going to be very aggressive. He's going to want to knock him out, and he's going to stand there, and he is going to let it go for 3 rounds solid. I'm hoping he finishes it in the 3 rounds, because if he doesn't, Povetkin could, because he is that long-term You know, he's got the long-term skills and that ring craft about him. If it goes further than 5, then it could swing the other way.
Yeah. All right. So if it goes further than 5, but this is the thing. I was like, because Povetkin gets a bit. Yeah. I'm in two minds when it after the 6th round, because it's either Povetkin gets really tired, but then also he obviously from the stock that he comes from, he's done loads 12-round fights and stuff like that over his years being a pro. So
Yeah.
it's either going to be he gets super tired when he comes after the 6th round, or do you think that leaves him to be more dangerous for Dillian?
Look, over the years I've been in boxing, you have some fighters, they'll walk away from the gym, not do nothing. They'll come back 6 months later and they'll spar 10 rounds straight. All right, there's some people out there can just do that off the cuff. They're not going to perform brilliantly, but they're going to survive. Now, Povetkin's coming in. He looks a bit sloppy. Has COVID got long-term effects on him? If it has, he's banging trouble. You know, and if he has suffered COVID, like they've said he has, and he's got the long-term effects of it. I've had 4 of my pros who have had COVID, and it's all taken them 3 months to get over it. So, you know, to train properly, to get their diet properly, to sleep properly. So that could be a big factor with Povetkin. You know, Dylan
stays in the fight, then the more dangerous he is.
It's well, if the COVID hasn't affected him, the longer it goes.
He said he wouldn't have taken the fight if he didn't feel back to
himself. He said well, if that's the case, if Dylan doesn't take him out in the first, I'm hoping Dylan stops him in 3 rounds. That's what I'm hoping. I've seen bits and pieces of what Dylan's doing. The old school Dylan is back. He is not going to come with that trying to be a technical boxer, trying to live off the end of the jab, waiting all the time, letting Povetkin, you know, dictate. He's going to go. He's going to grab Povetkin by the throat and go, let's have it. Let's do it my way. Let's take it. You know, he's going to have it. He's going to go for it. 100%. He's going to go for it.
And,
you know.
Yeah, go on. And him, where do you see him? So if he does win this, where does that puts him back into the mandatory for the Joshua and Fury?
The Joshua and Fury. But what's Povetkin put into his contract? What's in the contract now? Because, you know, if Dylan's getting a rematch, Povetkin loses, can he demand a rematch?
I don't know. That's it. There's no trilogy. No.
There isn't. Right. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I think, you know, the natural path.
Yeah. What if he
loses? The path is there, isn't it? But it's like Dylan's been, I don't know, he seems to get smacked with the wet fish all the time. So, you know, even if he's due for that fight, you know, either against Fury or AJ, is it going to happen? You know, and if it does, it's not going to be for another year because them two have signed a 2-fight contract. That's 12 months gone.
Yeah, that's well, yeah, it's.
So he could fight Wilder in between. That'd be a good fight.
It would be a good fight, but we're saying this. Where is Wilder? Like, realistically, where is Wilder? Like, realistically,
I'll tell you where he is. Hold on. I'll tell you where he is. He's under one of my cushions.
He probably is.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. He's, you know, lots of excuses, lots of reasons for this, lots of reasons for that. You know what? You're in the fight game. Come out and fight. You know that. You're an entertainer. Let's get out there and entertain. Let's stop all the.
He's going to Hollywood. That's what he wants to be an actor, he said.
Well, good luck to him. If he can earn the money and not get punched in the face, good luck to him.
Oh well then just say that you're retired then, so we can stop speculating.
Yeah, Yeah,
come back.
but then we're all talking about him, so maybe it's that's the tactic he wants. He wants people to still spread his name around.
Well, we ain't got time for that. And all right, and if Dillian does lose, where does Dillian go then?
I think Dillian will have to sit down and have a good long think about exactly what he's going to do. What would be out there for him? Like I said, the Wilder fight would be an exciting fight, but like you're saying, where is Wilder? What is he doing? You know, I don't know. I personally,
Gatekeeper City, innit?
yeah. I would personally tell, if I was his coach, I would tell him to retire. That's what I would do.
But what if he still likes fighting? But he'd have to go down a good notch or two.
Well, yeah, but that's down to him. If I was his coach, it would be, you know what, finish on a high. You've been at the top end. You don't need to, you know, you don't need to go down the leagues. You know, retire. He's got a few bob behind him, and he's getting into promoting other boxers now. You know, that's a good outlet. Yeah. He focus on that.
He manages Babbage. But
I think Super Yusuf's in his camp as well, isn't he?
Yusuf's in
I don't know who else. But
yeah.
So that could be a way forward for him.
I don't know. Oh, I don't know then. Poor Dillian it might be, but I think he's got it though.
I'll be totally honest with you. I am 95% cocksure this will end by the third round.
Really?
He's going to come out guns blaring. The old Dillian's back. Believe me, he's back, and he's going to come out. He's going to come out shooting. I'm telling you. I wouldn't want to be hit by one of his shots, and he's going to connect. And he's already put Povetkin down. And I think, you know, a lot of people can say Povetkin caught him and he could, you know, unease him, you know, make him a little bit cautious. But I don't think Dillian's that character. He'll say, you know what, stuff it. I don't care. I've been put on the floor. I'm going to go and show everybody who I really am. And I think that's what he's going to do.
This statement from Karma Serene, Andy, retire. Why are you y'all? You lot. We say you lot. Why are you lot acting like he's dead? This will.
It's not about. So, but
only his third loss though, Andy. So why would he?
Yeah, but it's from my point of view. It's not about the losses. It's about where he is in boxing. So, from my point of view, is a view of a coach. Of if he was my fighter, I'd want him to go out on a high. And, you know, if he's been messed around so much, if he hadn't been messed around so much, then I'd have a different opinion. But the problem being is, if he does lose, how long before he fights again? Who will he fight? You know, it's everything's a lot of time nowadays. So, you know, what's he going to do? Is he going to sit around for 6 months? Is he going to sit around for another year? You know, we've been in COVID, 12 months now. How many times has Dillian fought in 12 months?
Well, he fought last year. He's been around recently fresh.
Twice. Wasn't twice, I think he's fought.
Yeah.
You know, and
he fought,
you know,
no, not twice.
Didn't he fight in
Saudi, but that was in 2018, Andy.
Oh, okay.
And then he's just fought, obviously, Povetkin won, which
Povetkin. So just the once in a year.
Yeah, works.
You know,
October, November, December, January, March, April. It's only 7 months. He's
Do
you know what I mean? He's been in camp for the last.
It's not about putting someone down. It's my views are going to be for him to be safe. That's my views. He's made money. He's getting into promoting. Maybe that's an avenue. You know, he wants to look at. So it's not. I'm not degrading him. I'm not putting him down. For me, it's more. I'd rather him have his senses and move on to something else instead of, going to the bottom of the pile. And then will he ever get to the top again? Is he just going to fight for the sake of fighting?
Yeah, he could do, because he said, well, let's see, because if he does lose, God forbid, touch wood, he doesn't. If
he ain't going to. He's not going to.
He says he just loves fighting. So let's see how he loves fighting, because if he really his PPV stock lesson, he won't be pay-per-view, will he? To be fair. No. And that's where all the big bucks are.
Yeah.
He will turn into a gatekeeper, and that. And I hate that, and I don't think he would. I don't think he'd want to be in that type of.
No. I think fighters get to, when you get to a decent level and you start sliding down the ladder, you've got to say to yourself at the early stage of that slide, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do something else. I've got enough money behind me. I've set up, a property business, or I've set up a clothing business, or I'm going to be a boxing promoter or a matchmaker or whatever it is. There's another outlet out there. And that's the only reason I'm saying that. I've got personally, my personal opinion is I've got no doubts Dillian Whyte's going to do a number. No doubts at all. Third round, bang.
Gone.
Yeah, that's it. I think he's going to do the job, and then unfortunately, I think then he's going to get messed around to fight Fury or AJ. That could go on for a year and a half. So he needs to get fights in that, that he can keep himself ticking over.
And he says, "Oh my lord, what is he saying? I'm sorry, mate, but if Chisora can still headline, what about Whyte?" Well, Derek Chisora is always PPV, but he's coming to the end of that, where we're not going to keep on paying to watch him lose. So I think we're getting to the end of that. Like, to be fair, I wouldn't like to keep paying to watch. No, do you know what? I would. There's loads of good fights for Dillian, in my opinion. Even if he if he fights Wilder, if he fights, I don't want to see him fight Chisora again. I don't want to see him fight. He's did Oscar Rivas.
He could fight Yusuf, not Yusuf. Usyk, yeah, he could fight him.
Yeah, but Usyk will be more. Don't need to fight him because Usyk's going a bit up. Well, it could, but remember, Usyk's in a mandatory position. It would be a bit of a bit of like a high risk, low reward for Usyk to fight him.
Yeah,
could go like the other top 10. There'd be top 10 fights, like I said. But other than that, you drop out of the top 10 and you'd be fighting maybe the 11 to 15 fighters.
I'm not. Look, if he loses, I'm not writing him off. All I'm saying is, from a coach to boxer, the conversation I would have is consider your options. Consider your options, because as a coach to a fighter, that person means the world to me. He's my son. I'd love him like a dad, even though I was his coach, and that's the advice I would be giving him. Not that I doubt him, or I think he's a crap boxer, or I think he's got no future. It might be time for that conversation.
Yeah.
So people who support boxing and watch boxing are going to have a different opinion. Yeah. It doesn't mean that their opinion's right and I'm wrong, or I'm right and they're wrong. We're all entitled to. It's just I'm in a different position as a coach. I'm in a different position.
Yeah. Basically, that's true.
And then that's the only reason I'm saying what I'm saying.
Yeah. So you're going basically, all right, we've got deal all the way. But I just want to see some other. Yeah, a few people, they seem to be a bit late. And I'm not really on here to lag on, guys. Like, do you know what I mean? We wanted to have it quick firing in, out, shake it on out. I swear, Joyce and Yoka are good bouts for Whyte. Joe Joyce, Yeah. Remember,
Joe,
but they're on
yeah,
Joe
Joe
Joyce.
Joyce.
That would, I guess. But he's
That'd be an interest. That would be an interesting bout. Daniel Dubois and Dillian.
Ain't that going a bit too far down now? I would hate to fight go down that low, mate. Sorry, no.
No, but it's
still.
It could be a warm up. It could be a little test just to jump up.
No, there's keeping some of your stock. No, he don't need to go down to Daniel Dubois level. That means you're basically gatekeeper. You may as well say you're a gate. If he goes down to
where's Daniel Dubois rated in this country?
Not in the top 15.
Isn't he?
No.
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 I'll be surprised if he's not.
Daniel Dubois is not rated in the top 15 of all heavyweights. Are you nuts, Andy?
No. In the UK, I'm on about. Yeah. In the UK.
Oh, well, maybe at the lower, that would still be gatekeeperish. It's not.
Yeah.
We're talking about world level. We're not going to like domestic and British title level and all of that. Nah, mate, that'll be too far a fall from grace for Dillian. That wouldn't be a good. No, that wouldn't be a good one for him to go down.
Well, if Dillian lost, it could be a bit of a crowd pleaser. That sort of fight could be a bit of a crowd pleaser because people will want to see Daniel Dubois come back, and it could be a bit of a crowd pleaser. And then from there, he could move up again if he went back. If he did lose. Because if he lost, you got to think about all the top people. Why would they want to fight Dillian? Why would they want to fight Dillian? Where if Dillian fought, Daniel, it's giving him a little step up again, isn't it? He could go that, then he could go Joe Joyce, and then he could keep working his way up if that was the case. But he's gonna do a job. He's gonna do a job on Povetkin. So I'm talking a load of nonsense. He's gonna do it.
If he doesn't win, he's 32. Not saying obviously to retire, but that route sounds a bit too. To go all the way, to work your way all the way back up, just fighting the likes of Dubois and that. Them man, they're 10 years younger than Gil, you get me? So it's be different routes but yeah, like we're saying though, we've so you've got round 3.
Yeah, I think he's going to come out guns blaring. You're going to see the old Dylan Whyte, and he's
blazing.
Yeah, he will. He will.
He already said he ain't.
Yeah, don't worry about what he says. I've got a feeling he's going to
come out guns blazing. It has to be, there's a difference between probably applying, like you said, applying some pressure, but it's a more smarter way of applying.
Oh yeah. He's not. Yeah, he's not going to come out amateurish, but he's going to be a bit more. Yeah,
he can't come out pro like. Forget amateurish. You can't come out pro willy-nilly like that. It's Povetkin. As much as he looks all and tubby, he'll clock you. Do you think that Povetkin you as a trainer, would you tell, if you was coaching Povetkin, would you tell Povetkin to do the same shot, to shoot the same shot?
I wouldn't just get him to rely on one shot. I don't think Povetkin
would that be a go-to shot? Would you not go?
Yeah, of course. If it's a pitch of a punch, so and he pulled it off really well. So why wouldn't I tell him to do that again? But it's how Dylan was going to react now to feints. Is he going to overreact?
Yeah.
If he does, then Povetkin's got an easier job to do on him. If he doesn't react as severe as he did, then Povetkin's going to he's got to figure the puzzle out in a different way. I think if Dylan sits you know, if he comes out and his jab's really sharp and he doesn't sit and wait with the jab, he shoots the jab continuously, very sharp, and he follows through with the backhand. He's gonna catch Povetkin on the long range. He will catch him on the long range, and Povetkin's very smart on the inside. He's a dangerous man on the inside, you know. But
so not shooting that same shot, because Povetkin said he trained for that in camp against his sparring partner, and he got every sparring partner out of there, and that's why he wants everybody to stop saying, "Well, you know, it's not a lucky punch." Well, he said it in Russian, but you know,
good accent.
I try. Yeah. So it's not lucky punch. I just wondered from a player's point of view.
It's not. I don't know why people go on about a lucky punch. A boxer will practice every punch in the book in camp. You know, out of camp.
Yeah.
They're constantly throwing combinations. They're constantly throwing lead hand hooks, rear hand hooks, uppercuts, body shots. They're constantly breaking distance down. They're not lucky shots. They're shots that these people practice day in, day out. So there's nothing lucky about it. You know, it was a precise, accurate shot. And the only luck about it was maybe that specific timing, that time that the shot was thrown.
Yeah.
That probably was the only bit of luck that was involved. Everything else we've rehearsed, it's practiced. You know, and there are defenses against an uppercut. So, you know,
tell me.
A defense for the uppercut.
What do you think he would have to do? Like, would you not just keep Povetkin on the outside? Povetkin is obviously got the lesser reach.
I would tell Dylan to go long and use, but not to wait. Don't sit there waiting. You know, go out and get the gun shooting straight away. You could throw, you know, 100 jabs, 200 jabs in a round. There's nothing stopping him doing that. If he's conditioned to do it, then why not do it? People have won fights with a jab. Go out there and jab his head off, you know, and then all you got to do is time that backhand. As soon as you get the jab off, you time the backhand and you keep punching through him.
Yeah.
You know, if Povetkin starts getting tired very quickly and he goes to the inside, Dylan's just got to be cute on the inside. There's nothing stopping Dylan fighting on the inside. Nothing at all.
Like a sticker move.
Yeah,
he's angles and uses like lateral movement and like
or take a couple of shots and grab him. Grab Povetkin and spoil him. Grab him, spin him, throw him on the ropes, go again, grab him, spoil him. You know, there's nothing saying that you can't do that. It's all part of the game.
Yeah, so like, I'm excited for it because it seems obviously he's got Harold Knight in the corner, and Harold Knight is the guy that trained Lennox Lewis. I've seen Rackman, so you know what Harold Knight does. I just hope that it makes a difference, because I was saying, like, you know, last time before this Povetkin won, he had Mark Tibbs, and then obviously the Corona thing happened, and then a few weeks before that, Tibbs had to, you know, leave or whatever, said I can't stay in Portugal because I've got my commitments. And then they brought on Dave Caldwell. Obviously, then that did Dave Caldwell, Xavier Miller, and you saw the outcome. And then now they've had another reshuffle in the camp. Do you think these inconsistent, these like team reshuffle
changes? It's
a bit deep, isn't it?
Yeah, you got to. For me, if I kept changing my fighters and bringing new fighters on, I'm never going to learn anything about them. You know, I've got Jamie Smith, who's a pro with me. He's been with me coming up to 8 years, amateur and pro. I've got the twins, Courtney and Lewis. They're coming up to 9 years being with me. I've got a girl called Jules. She's coming up to her 4th year being with me.
Yeah.
You learn about people. The longer you're with them, you learn more and more about them. And there's a bond that you build with them. It's an unbelievable bond. And it takes years and years to do that, you know.
Yeah, to do that.
And the other thing with, you know, a lot of I shouldn't say a lot of pro boxers, but pro boxers is, you know, I don't know, if someone loses a fight, they automatically have to blame the coach. And I don't think it's a coach has to take a certain excuse me, a certain responsibility. But, you know, a Premier football team will lose a match. They don't get rid of the manager, do they? They don't get rid of the man. Not straight away. Not straight away. Yeah.
No. Yeah, we're a bit too quick to.
I think Dylan Whyte done the best he could in the whole of his career when he was with Tibbs. He done really well. And my personal opinion is I think he should have stuck it out with him. Whatever the differences were, they should have worked it out.
The COVID happened, and Mark Tibbs got a family in London, and he had younger trainers that needed him, and Dillian wasn't up for coming back to the UK. Wasn't up for staying in Portugal. So what do? You know, you've got shame. Yeah. You know, so such is life. But yeah, so we've got those predictions. Okay, that was just we was going to have Carlos Takam come through, but he's just sent me a message. It's a bit tight for him. Remember, he's in Las Vegas. But we'll wrap it because I'm doing a live watch along tomorrow. Are you watching it tomorrow? And do you want to watch it? Do you want to come on the watch along and watch it?
Yeah, I could do. Yeah.
I mean, we've got myself, we've got Fight Fan Figures as well. But and we watch it and we give our commentary. It's really fun. We did Chocolatito and Estrada one, and that was really fun. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll come on that. It's not a problem. Yeah.
I'll send you the link. The more the merrier. The more the merrier.
No worries.
Thanks for joining me, and
no problem. It's a pleasure as always.
As always, and as always.
All right. Catch up soon. God bless.
God bless you. Bye. Guys, there we have it. A few other people, but time permitting, time zones, I don't know. So it would have been nice if we would have had Takam come through. He just literally messaged me. It's a bit tight for him. So, it's, I don't want to say the whole thing, but let me just see. 1 sec. Stand by. 1 second. Let me see. Where did it go? Where did I see that message go? Okay. Sorry guys, I'm there. Yeah, so we're gonna have a live watch along tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna tap in. Who wants to tap in? We had a load of fun last watch along. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you. Big up to Cayden from the Boxing Bros. Big up to Coach Andy, and I shall see you all tomorrow. Hey there, it's Leah the Shan, nonetheless, come box with Shan. Gun, salute.